Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dive at Holiday World and Splash In Safari.
As far back as ancient Egypt, there are records of man testing his ability diving from rocks into the Nile River. The first recorded diving competition took place in Uppsala, Sweden in 1776. Nearly 100 years later, England would create the Highgate Diving Club. This would become the first registered team in history and still exists today. By the beginning of the 20th century, the popularity of diving had crossed the ocean and reached America. In 1904, diving was for the first time included in the Olympics. An American, Dr. George Sheldon, won the gold medal. The popularity of the sport skyrocketed, and by the 1920s, America had established itself as the most dominant diving force in the world.
Hello, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dive here at our Aqua Theater. My name is Blake. I'm going to be your host for today's show. Now, just to give you a heads up, we are monitoring some incoming weather that has a little bit of electricity in it, and if that was to come, we would have to cancel the show. So just to let you know in case you see us leaving halfway through the show. But we'll get to that point if it comes to it. But now let's get this show started. It was a roaring 20s. After an Allied victory in the First World War, people are finding more time for recreation. Swimming and diving quickly became a form of entertainment and recreation nationwide. In the 1930s, Hollywood introduced diving to the silver screen with Olympic swimmer Johnny Weissmuller. Now, as Tarzan, Johnny dazzled audiences as he swung from vines and dove from those rocky cliffs. Now, in the 1940s, while Lester Williams was gracing that good old silver screen, history was being made in the 1948 Olympics in London, England, when Vicky Traves became the first female ever to win 2 gold medals, one on the 3-meter springboard and the other on the 10-meter platform. Watch as one of our performers shows you one of those dives from the 1940s. Now the 50s. The 50s was a rebellious time as rock and roll music was shifting the musical culture, and well, technology was advancing the sport of diving. Also, take a close look at this bathing suit, folks. We call it the Mike Pepe bathing suit. Yes, it was smaller. Yes, it was tighter. And yes, it had just a little bit of fashion. Come on, Elvis. Stop. Look and listen, baby. That's my philosophy. Little Elvis Presley. All right, now some of you actually may remember the 60s as a time of peace, love, and flower children, but it's also when the Duraflex springboard was introduced. Now this new springboard gave divers increased lift and thrust, which made the impossible dives now possible. Now, over the next 30 years, the sport of diving will be revolutionized. Throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, divers will continue to face new challenges. Now, folks, throughout the remainder of the show, I want you all to hold your applause until you see our divers resurface. Once you see them resurface, I want you all to scream, applaud, or shout, or do whatever you want to do to make sure that they know that you guys are out there, no matter where you're sitting or even standing in the back. With that being said, let's welcome our divers back as we show you some of those new challenges that our divers now face. Now, in this next set, we'll be showing you all some of the beautiful and the graceful dives. We call them the required dives. We'll start this dive set off with a dive made famous off the cliffs of Acapulco, the Swan Dive. And there's that swan dive for you, and there is Chase. Now, dives can be performed in one of 3 positions: the tuck position, hike position, or the layout, otherwise known as the straight position. Watch this dive performed by Jackie. She's going to demonstrate a back dive tuck. Now, as she leaves the board, she brings her knees into her chest, just like that, which demonstrates a perfect back dive tuck for you. And there is Jackie. Now, there are 5 categories in diving: the forward, the backward, the inward, the reverse, and the twist. We're going to show you 2 examples. First up, a reverse dive right here by James. And there's our reverse dive for you. Now it's time for an inward dive performed by JT. And there's an inward dive, 2 excellent examples: a reverse dive and inward dive performed by James and JT. Finally, one of the more difficult dives to control. It's a forward dive, half twist, and straight position, just like that. That forward dive, half twist, and straight position, performed by the one and the only Miss Laura Rose. In fact, make some noise for them. They are the members of Dive. Hey, JT and Jackie, don't go anywhere. I got something for you. Now listen, folks, all of our members here at Dive, well, they're very competitive. In fact, just moments ago before the show, I heard JT and Jackie have a debate downstairs about who was a better diver. So I thought we could settle this debate with a friendly one-dive competition where you, the audience, you're going to determine between the two of them who is the better diver. What do you guys think? Sounds good. You guys okay with that? Fantastic. Go ahead and take your boards, guys. Okay, this is going to be a friendly one-dive competition. They'll only get one dive, and one dive only to prove what they got. All right.
Well, if you ask me, they don't need to do any diving. I already know that girl's going to win.
All right, yeah, buddy. She
go,
may
girl!
win, but we're still going to have this one-dive competition. Gotta go really quickly. All right, listen. Ladies first. Jackie, what are you doing for us?
Front 1.5 pipe.
All right, front 1.5 pike.
Yeah, ladies
Setting up
first.
pretty
You
high.
get it, girl.
Okay. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic front 1.5 pike. Fantastic entry into the water. Make some noise for Jackie.
Yeah, girl. That's
All right,
a 10.
JT.
That's a 10.
You give that dive a 10.
Perfect 10 for a perfect 10.
Okay.
Call me, girl.
All right. All right, JT, a 10 is going to be a tough one to beat, but what are you doing for us?
I'm gonna do that same dive on a twist.
All right, front 1.5 pike with a full twist.
Hey, I got a question.
Seems like you have a lot of questions today. What's your question?
What's that guy doing up there wearing underwear?
Underwear, buddy. It's actually a protective piece of equipment. We call it a Speedo. Probably something you know nothing about, but you can purchase one at a gift shop on the way out. All right, listen, let's get back to the task at hand.
Speedo.
JT, ready? Let's do it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, front 1.5 pike with a full twist. Make some noise for JT. There he is. All right, well, since you're a tough critic, what would you give that dive then, buddy?
This dive?
Yeah, since you seem to know so
My
much about
brother
diving.
can do that dive in the dark. That dive's a solid 2.
A 2. All right, how can you give JT a 2?
Easy. 1, 2. That's for you, buddy.
It's pretty obvious that neither one of you know anything about diving, which is okay. All right, JT and Jackie, that was
Wait, what do you
fantastic.
mean don't know nothing about diving? He'll show you.
Well, if you know so much about diving, then why don't you come down here and show us a dive or two then?
I would, but I just ate.
Would you eat a chicken burger?
Call me chicken?
Yeah. Did you guys want to see this guy do a dive for us? You don't swim, right?
Is that important?
No, not really. All right, we'll just open this gate for you right here.
Sure.
Yeah, it's called water.
What's up, guys? I'm on stage!
You're on something. All right, listen, you're gonna be taking this board just right here, buddy. Okay. JT, can you help our friend up the ladder right here? And Jackie, just run. Yeah. Help that we can't provide, unfortunately. All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? Look at me, I'm up.
I want to watch you step. All right.
Nope, that's too hard.
Too high, buddy. It's only 3 meters. Listen, hey, how about we start you off with a free dive lesson?
If it's free, it's for me. What do I gotta do?
All right. JT, let's just walk through the first few steps and kind of show the basics.
Alright, first thing any good diver does, he gets the feel of the board.
That's right. Get a good feel of that board. You want to make sure you're comfortable.
Alright.
All right. Now take it nice and slow and just. Where do you
Yep, that feels like a diving board.
Hey,
to me.
not like that, come on. Look, you gotta bounce the board and go high.
That's right. Any good diver would know that you first have to bounce the board and then go high. All right. We're going to take it nice and slow. Let's bounce the board and out.
Hey!
Hey,
JT.
high in the sky.
Where?
Up there.
Hi, Sky!
Let's slow things down for you. You have to bounce the board, then you have to jump on the board and then go high in the sky. Like jump.
I can try that.
Let's take it nice and slow. Let's first bounce the board. You ready?
Whoa!
Okay. All right. Now put your feet together. And press a little bit harder on the board. Here we go. All right. Listen. Now the higher that you jump, the more accidents are bound to happen. Did you get a good feel of that board?
No, that board got the feel of me.
I think so too. All right. JT, let's move into the second lesson.
Wait!
Now in this next
No more
lesson, it's
lessons.
very important that you.
Your lessons hurt. I came up here for a competition.
A competition. So now you want to challenge one of the best divers in the world.
No, we'll go against this guy.
Okay. All right. So another friendly one dive competition where you, the audience, once again, you'll determine between the two of them who is the better diver. It should be pretty easy. Now, like in all diving competitions, the champion goes first. Now, JT, since you are the
that's me.
hey, buddy, I said the champion will go first.
Yeah, and around here, I'm the champ, and I go first.
Well, excuse me.
Okay.
Ladies first again.
All right. Now that we get that we go. That's it. All right, JT. You're up first, buddy. What are you doing for us?
I'm gonna take it easy on this guy and do the beautiful and graceful swan dive.
All right, the beautiful and graceful swan dive. Here we go.
I can't wait to see this. Go for it, Jay.
Are you serious? What was that?
I don't know. I've never seen a swan do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for JT and that attempt to the beautiful and graceful swan dive.
There you go, Jay.
All right, I don't know. All right, anyways, it's your turn, buddy. What are you doing for us?
I'll do the flippy thing that the girl did.
The flippy thing. So a front 1.5 pike.
Yeah, but at the end, I'll add a full twitch.
A full twitch.
Twitch. All right.
Okay.
Are you guys ready? One more time. Are you ready? All right, you do it.
Hey, no, you don't, Clark. Get. You're gonna do this dive one way or another.
Get up there!
Okay. Here we go. Never before seen. Full twitch.
That was more like a fail. Was it anyone with the short speaker? That was a fail dive. That was a fail dive. You alright?
Yeah!
Listen, I saw that full twitch, but where was the front 1.5?
Oh, you do that underwater. It's easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our diver JT and your feature comedian, Bennett. Comedian, yep. All right, now it's time to get back to doing what this team does best, and that is diving. We're going to start things off with a tribute to Holiday Road in the form of our signature flag dive. Holiday World. Once again, hold out a pause until you see our divers resurface, because here she comes. It's Miss Laura Rhodes. Now in this next set, folks, we're going to be increasing the level of difficulty performing multiple somersaults and multiple twisting dives from the various heights you see before you. In fact, watch this dive performed by James and see if you can count the number of twists. Unfortunately, I cannot count that fast, so make some noise for Mr. Twister himself. It's James! Now, diving like many other sportsmen, pushing the envelope, adding a major new element, extreme. Watch this dive performed by JT from 30 feet in the air. And there it is from 33 feet. Let's make sure he's okay first and foremost. And yes, indeed, there he is from 33 feet, JT. Now introduced in the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, Australia, a brand new event in the sport, synchronized diving. But this is where two divers, they must do the same dive in mirror image. Our divers will be showing you all a set of synchronized dives, and we'll start with a tandem forward 2.5. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, and good attempt at a tandem forward 2.5. Make some noise for James and Jackie. Now next up, folks, is what we like to call a pinwheel. A pinwheel is where our two divers will be flipping and then twisting in opposite directions. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, an excellent example of a pinwheel flipping and twisting in opposite directions. Make some noise for Bennett and Laura Rose. In fact, if you enjoyed what you've seen so far, make some noise for them. They are the members of Dive. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, one of our divers has remained behind, and she's going to be making her way up to our second perch, which is located 55 feet above the surface of the water. Now listen, high diving is what separates the amateurs from the professionals. Even in an Olympic competition, the highest a diver will perform is 33 feet, which is the equivalent of the first perch that our diver is currently approaching. Now diving from any higher, well, it takes a skilled and seasoned professional. And our diver claims to be one of the best. Will she be? We're going to find out in just a few moments' time. Again, she's making her way up to that second perch, which is located 55 feet above the surface of the water. Looks like we're almost there. There she is. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our extreme intermediate high diver, Miss Laura Rose. Is dressed for a dangerous and difficult stunt. Now, man has always had a secret passion for fire, to control it and one's outcome, especially when it comes to setting oneself on fire on purpose. Just like you've seen many of the stunt men and women do in many popular movies and television programs. Now, just like in the movies, folks, we have implemented a special effect to help ignite our courageous performer. And they're also dressed in professional safety equipment to help protect them against the heat that the flames will create in just a few moments' time. Now, if you are sitting in one of our first few rows, I'm going to let you guys know that you'll also be able to feel the heat in just a moment as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for our extreme stuntman, Mr. Chase Testa. All right, are you guys ready to see this guy set himself on fire? I said, are you guys ready to see this guy set himself on fire? All right, Chase, whenever you're ready, go ahead and set yourself on fire and take that. Oh, wow, that's some flames. Get down, no, really, get down. Here we go. Ow. It's hot. All right, let's make sure he's okay. And yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, he is A-okay, setting himself on fire and taking that plunge from 33 feet. It's the hottest person in Santa Claus, Indiana, Mr. Chase Testa. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our divers have introduced diving from the roaring 20s and into the new millennium. They've shown you all the talent it takes to perform the many physical skills and acrobatic maneuvers, which brings us to the next part of the show we like to call the Extreme Freestyle Expression Demonstration. Now, what is the Extreme Freestyle Expression Demonstration? This is where our divers get to express their unique individual personalities through their diving. What that entails, well, I'm not quite sure because their personalities are quite unique indeed, as you're about to find out. So sit back and relax, well, because here they come now. It's members of Dive with the Extreme Freestyle Expression Demonstrations. You all right? Okay. All right, let's just show them we rehearsed earlier this morning. Well, come on, Slowpoke, hurry up, let's go. All right, JT, show me what you got. Show me what you got with the twister. We're not in Kansas City, New York. All right, Billy, show me what you got. Show me what you got. You got the Nutcracker. Ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays. Wow. All right, James, that's his name. And with a triple starfish. You'll never see a starfish do that. Hey, Chase, say hi to our friends over here. They really want to meet you after the show. Just make sure you stay feet away from them, okay? Here, wait. No, watch out! Oops. Sorry. It's just wrong. Jackie, seriously? What's wrong? Alright, if it's really high, then just skip it. I said skip it! It's not even that high. Listen, not like... Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Laura Rose with one of our best ones. Let me tell you, I saw her in rehearsals. Okay, so it's not our best, but it's definitely not our worst, I'll tell you. Yeah. Alright. Who's next? Alright, Bennett. Show me what you got, buddy. With a... Wait. Again! Did you slip? Alright, let's try to keep the water in the pool. We pay a lot of money for that. Alright, James with the clapper. Clap on, clap off. Bam, there it is. Perfect. Alright, Chase. Show me what you got, buddy. You got Patrick. Yes, ladies, he is currently single. He's 26 years old, and you can find him on Instagram at BellyFlopMaster. It's real. Alright, Jackie, last one. Let's wrap this thing up, shall we, with sleeping on the job. It's not nap time yet. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him with their Extreme Freestyle Expression Demonstrations. Yeah. Get out of here, crazy kids. Here for one more time. One other guy. Why are you screaming at me? JT, what are you doing? You're going to the top. Wait. JT, get down. Wait. Somebody give a stretcher and somebody give him a hand. Give him a hand. Don't like clapper, like get help him out. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for him with their Extreme Freestyle Expression Demonstrations. All you crazy kids really good at it. Good. Perfect. All right, folks, we've shown you the wacky and zany, and now it's time for the more serious and the more dangerous part of the show. It's time for the high dive. Are you guys ready to see a high dive? I said, are you guys ready to see a high dive? That's good, because we're actually looking for one lucky volunteer over the age of 21 years old. Hi, she's right there in the green shirt. Does her insurance cover high falls? Neither does ours, but here we are. Welcome to Holiday World. Oh, wait. Hi, Laura. You're going to do this? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have a volunteer. All right. before you, it stands at over 80 feet in the air, and at the top, we have placed a 1 foot by 1 foot perch located 70 feet above the surface of the water. Now, listen, Laura, any slight miscalculation could be catastrophic upon impact, so just really make sure that you nail this dive, all right? Okay. All right, now once our performer leaves the safety, this 1 foot by 1 foot perch, she's going to be traveling at speeds in excess of 55 miles an hour, landing into this pool right beside me that's only 10 feet deep. It's going to take Laura approximately 2.1 seconds to go from 70 feet in the air to splat right here into this pool right beside me. Will she do it? Yes, she will, because she's almost to the top. Now, once she gets to the top, we're going to give her a moment to rest and catch her breath and then focus on this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the most dangerous dive, which is why we recommend you not to try this at home. All right, now joining our high diver on stage is the rest of the team. What they're going to be preparing for is a dive made famous in the Guinness Book of World Records. We call it the Mass Dive. Now, the mass dive is where our entire team, except for our high diver, is going to be in the air at exactly the same time, missing each other by just a few mere inches. Now, if one of them is just slightly a few inches off, it could be entirely catastrophic. But we're going to hope that that does not happen. All right, now all we're listening for is a loud and clear check, which means they're all in place and they have all distanced themselves to make sure they're in for a good landing. And as you just heard, they are checked and ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the mass dive. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, all four of them in the air at exactly the same time. Let's make sure they're all here and all okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There they are. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for them. It's the members of Dive with the mass dive as set in the Guinness Book of World Records. All right, so one diver still remains behind 70 feet above the surface of the water. In just a moment, I'm going to introduce her to you, and I want you all to scream and shout and make as much noise as possible to let her know that we're all down here. So, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our extreme high diver, all the way from Minnesota, Miss Laura Rose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the remainder of this dive, I'm going to ask for your complete silence as Laura needs to focus on the task at hand. And keep in mind, it's quite a task indeed, diving from 70 feet above the surface of the water. All right, Laura, whenever you're ready, have a great flight. There it is from 70 feet above the surface of the water. Let's first and foremost make sure that she is okay. Is anybody here? Wait. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. From 70 feet above the surface of the water is our extreme high diver, Miss Laura Rose. Again, my name is Blake, and we are the cast of Dive. Thank you all for coming out this season and being a huge supporter of us. On behalf of all of us here at Mirage Entertainment, we hope you guys have a great day here in Holiday World, the #1 place for family fun. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be kind, and we'll see you all real soon. Have a great day, everybody.